Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hope you're doing well. Go live in a second here. I'm gonna continue the run from yesterday. See if we can correct that run a little. We had a rough run yesterday, horrible returns. We saw a loss of approximately 22-23%. So that is kind of rough actually. Normally we are supposed to see 96%. It's gonna come back to us, but it's never fun losing. Even though we know it's a passing condition. But we'll continue the grind today. I'm gonna go hard on Sandarium. It's a low turnover, high yield. We can see 1000% on each Sandarium find. So we just, if we find, let's say we find 3 stones on this run here, that is almost putting us in the green actually, even though we lost so much yesterday. I'm just popping out the chat here on YouTube, so I got that as well. In case someone tunes in, it's not the most popular streaming place, to be honest. There we go. I think that was pretty much it, wasn't it? And there, locked in. And it's gone. So let's just dive straight into mining. It's the TerraMaster 8 again, as usual, for ores, and it's the PCGL 30 for emitters. Small amp, level 2, level 1. No point in going overboard. So I was looking into the whole music situation to try and find a smoother way. Yesterday I don't like that when I have to mess about with the music and that kind of stuff during the stream. And I think I worked it out partially now. There might still be some when I switch playlists and stuff, but I think I found a few playlists that I can actually keep going throughout the stream. And it's music that I can actually endure. Hey Gixer, how you doing, man? Hope you're well. We're back for another run here. Did you continue the good run on the Atroxes? Maybe another global? So it starts out quite well actually. 2 flames and 2 drops.
Raindrops on bruises and whiskers.
You just global on a mature. Congratulations, man. You know what? That's 2.
Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens.
That little fire there, that little rocket might actually become a loyalty badge. Oh no, someone else is here. So I guess we're jumping. What a shame. You sent a support case about not being able to sell armor parts on auction. Yeah. Hope they fix it. You might speed it up a bit when you send a personal support case. Just gonna continue dropping a few here. My guess is we see King deeper than him, but we don't know. He might use enhancers, or he might be our wolf in disguise, actually using a big finder. Yeah, I've seen that response plenty of times. I was thinking yesterday, when the Pookies and Derpies were acting out again, they really need to take out like 3 months and just focus on polishing the universe. It is kind of ridiculous the amount of time. Yeah, it's copy paste, and like to really please the community and show action of good faith, they really should just set off 3 months of dedicated developer time on just fixing bugs, fixing those auction bugs, fixing the mobs that's being stuck and can't be damaged, fix all those kind of things. Just focus on the player experience and recognize that it's frustrating for the players out there who has a horrible experience and losing money because of bugs in game. Yeah, it's a complete copy paste. What are all these people doing here? Oh, that's someone flying.
Raindrops on bruises and whiskers and kittens. Bright copper.
Need to repair the sword, I see. Actually need to free out some pet. Oh, need to be able to summon here in case we get something.
Tied up with strings. These are a few of mine. And then I joined.
Yesterday you were trying to show how useless sweating was, and you kill a random Kerberos Guardian and get a 91 pet global, and oh day, I killed 250 Atroxes and 1 global. Oh my fucking god, yeah. You get what you're gonna get. The reason for getting that Kerberos might be because you've been hunting Atroxes for so long, so you had a bit of a payback laying and waiting for you. So you could have killed a Derpy and gotten something. It's hard to say. I see it very often when I mine. I mine with a pretty big amplifier on one finder and unamped on the other, and a global on the one unamped. And you're like, what, why? Basically, I think it's just because the loot pool is what it is. When you global, you thought meh, probably a 12 pet global usual Kerberos, and then you see it's a 91 pet Kalitrek V bullet gun and some Mind Force implants and shrapnel. It's a pretty amazing, wow. That's a pretty amazing global for such a small mob. 91 pet. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a global fit for a bigger mob. You tried some Nakuna Youngs today. Very easy to kill, but hits like a damn train. Yes, they do hit like a train. And I think it's all cut or all stab, so it's one damage type, so your armor doesn't really protect much. It's not like it's distributed among different types of protection. You just get the full force of the hit. Uh, 900 HP and 110 damage. Yeah, that's a bit of a mismatch in the damage to health, isn't it? 110 damage is pretty massive in the balance, yeah. So our claim rate is pretty good. It is a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was just a bad day, real bad day. The sizes of the claim are not that big, but it's good enough. There are some days that are just horrendous. I had time to mine for a lot longer period yesterday than I did, but honestly when it's that bad there's no point in continuing. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow there. There's just a big hole in the ground to pour your pets into. Longo, you also think it's a bit unbalanced. Stupid easy to kill mob, but it hits quite hard. I think Longo does impact damage or something. So you normally have higher protection against Longo. Most armors have higher impact protection than they do other types of damage. But yeah. If you take Longo Stalkers, for example, they hit insanely hard. Okay, so it's 26% cut and impact 74. That's a lot of damage for. That's like a 7%. What you call it? 1 in 7. No, it's not correct. So 1050 HP and 140 damage. That's pretty brutal. But I guess they don't regenerate much either, so you can kill them if you have like a long range weapon. You can pretty much almost kill them before they reach you. Well, no, they're not that slow, but they don't have a lot of HP either. But they're not fast per se either. Movement running. I don't really know how much that is, but I just remember that I had an Emerald 35 at one point. Could pretty much kill an Ikuno before it reached me. Together with the Dante. Hey, welcome, not the real CK. You can hunt Proterons with no armor. You really like hunting them. Yeah, Proterons are pretty cool. They're extremely slow as well. They are slow, I'm sure about that. And if you have a decent damage per second weapon, you can really put the pain on them before they reach you. I don't know what they loot though. They used to be quite good for empty skill implants, but I don't know how it is these days. And they're fun to hunt because you global a lot on them. They have a lot of HP, pretty high level mob. It's a great mob for team hunting. You got an ESI last week from a young. Yeah, I guess they do still loot ESIs. ESIs is really like, I don't know if I would call it the crown jewel. Obviously that's unlimited items, but it's definitely the bread and butter of a lot of hunters. Looting an ESI there just covers a lot of loss. You really want that markup. 900% markup, yes please, yes for everyone. That's why I'm here as well. I'm looting, I'm looking for Sandarium, which is 900 to 1300% markup, so just 10 pet of that really changes a lot. You never did much mining, but you want to get into it. Well, it's a profession like anything else in Entropia, but what I enjoy about it is it's easier to get started. In my opinion, it's cheaper. Hunting is extremely expensive for getting all the stuff together, and you need some pretty good items to not get completely wrecked unless you find some pretty good mob that loot a lot of good stuff. And you often, like hunting one mob, you can do that once in a while. There are some openings, like back when Mercemex was losing mushrooms, and those were paying quite well. You can stick to one mob, but very often you need to switch around, follow the loot, and that can be brutal. You need a massive bankroll to save up all that stuff. That's like 200 different items you need to save up. If you want to sell them all on auction, you need a massive bankroll. Like if you have 200 items and you need to save up, let's say 100 pet of each, that's 20k bankroll. And that's just for the items you're gonna save. Then you need the additional pet for ammo and just weapons and armor, and my god, it's really expensive getting started into in hunting. You're on Acadia for the loot competition. Oh, I didn't know there was one. I need to look into that actually. I guess a lot of the competitions are really important for hunters. Because there's so little markup to go around. Oh, it's not a competition. Composition, okay, I see. I know that personally, if I was a hunter, I would probably look up all the Planet Partners release notes. Like Next Island was releasing some new guns and stuff, and I will probably try and go for those. It seems to be to be looting a lot more frequently when they're releasing them. So I guess the Planet Partners in many ways got a lot of good stuff. I saw a couple of, I was looking through the Globals gallery on Planet Calypso, and I saw that Sumima was actually looting some decent items. I saw a guy who got a couple of huffs there, and they very often had Chronicle armor in them. And what was it? Weapons. There was a longbow, I believe. There was a lot of decent stuff in there. Arcadia mobs drop more than just shrapnel and maybe one markup item. It drops like 4 and 10 items on a single mob. Yeah, and that's really what you want to be looking at. You want that markup. The problem with Arcadia that I had when I was up there was that it was really hard to sell your markup stuff. The market was really skint. So very often I ended up selling stuff to the trade terminal that I really shouldn't be selling. I should be selling for markup, but it would cost me more to ferry it back down to sell than it would to. It was basically a pretty hard place to survive. You need a massive bankroll because you needed to save up for the trip back down to sell. You use a wholesaler, yeah, I would probably need one of those as well if I was to go back up there. That's definitely the right way to go about it. Make sure you squeeze out every last pet of markup you can. You want to sell as little to the trade terminal as possible. They take 3 to 5%, but then he will take 1k pet of items, and you can get, yeah, that's the problem very often, is that you need to keep the pets flowing, to keep hunting, to keep generating items. But you also need to sell those items at the highest markup possible. Taking a 3 to 5% hit isn't too bad. I guess a lot of the extractors and stuff like that sell at pretty decent markups, so it's not the end of the world. It means a lot. And there's a game you want to keep playing. If you enjoy playing it and you want to keep going, you need to raise the pets, right? Got a bit of Hendren stems here. Oh, what did we... Level 54 driller profession. Getting a level up in mining is pretty uncommon these days. Unless I go for treasures. So it's only next up surveyor. you want to try Tuma trucks, but the location data is outdated. Anyone know where the youngsters are? Not untaxed. I know this land area has them, but hunting in a land area is it's really rough. Those 3% you pay, 3 to 4%, really digs right into your profits. It's really hard making profits from land areas. But I don't know untaxed, unfortunately. They're probably somewhere on Euphoria. I think actually, let's see if I can remember. No, I can't remember with the new map here. New I say, it's like 10 years old, but I can't remember where they were located on Euphoria. And I also think that's pretty high maturity as well. You're all about the skill ups right now, and you seem to skill up a lot more on Arcadia. Really? I would have thought that was the same in the entire universe. It's kind of like a fixed generic system thing. But it's important to keep a balance between getting skills and not losing too much. Back when I was trying to max out the VRX 3K finder, I seemed to amp too hard to gain skills faster, because I really wanted to max it out. So, and I do believe that cost me a bit of pet, which was unnecessary. I think this is the long game all around. So you want to be able to keep playing. You don't want to go broke too soon before you're really able to utilize your skills you're building. Hey Fuso. No, everything is slower on Calypso. Really? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, but I just thought it was a planet-wise. Not planet, universe-wide. You're tracking it right now and you're getting about 10% more per 1 hour run. Really? You've done about 18 runs so far here and 30 runs on Cali. That's sweet. That's actually a really good thing to know if a planet is more inviting for new players. Pretty important. Something about gravity, really? Yeah, that would be actually that's a reasonable, plausible option. Would make sense that some planets has lower gravity than others. That was the reason that you ran slower on Foma back in the day. They changed it so you run the same speed now as Calypso, it seems. But back in the day you were running slow on Foma, and that was the reason they said was that it was gravity basically. Lower gravity, harder to run, you ran slower. Even though the the other would be reasonable, wouldn't it? Lower gravity, you were able to move faster. But you're running slower on Arcadia. I see. Memes. Yeah, that can probably be made into some kind of meme. Yeah, we are gonna have the meme competition next week. I think it was Popatron or someone who said I'm obviously gonna throw some prizes into the competition. I guess one of those. Yeah, if you have some memes, upload them to Planet Calypso forums gallery under EU related. It has to be EU related. I will put down the rules over the weekend here, and Just make sure you write Onhoy in there so I can find them. Obviously try and link them, but also if you put in keyword Onhoy, I can search them all out. And find them and put them into the competition, and the winners will probably end up like 100 to 500 petal prizes, I believe. So it's gonna be worth the while. Have it run for a couple of weeks. Might be make it an ongoing thing if it's a success. Belcar? No, Blossorium. I thought it was Belcar. I was like, what? I never found Belcar here. There's Blossorium and just misread there. So I'm probably just gonna take one slice off here, another slice of this field, and if we don't get any Sandarium, I'll leave. No point in continuing if we don't get what we're here to find. We have found a little Henron stems, obviously that helps, 250-ish%. But we really want that Sandarium. That is really what fuels the profits. You also found a really consistent mob on Arcadia. You only lost 74 pet overall, and a loss of roughly 5 pet per hour run. That seems reasonable if there's a chance to recuperating those losses through markup. Obviously, if you just do it for the skills and it allows you to turn over a lot of pet, that's one way of going about it. But you know, it might also drop a big loot item or something in the end. That's over 18 hours so far. That's a decent. Obviously, I don't know how much money you turn over an hour, but it sounds like you're turning over approximately 900 pets or something. Okay. Oh, that's actually I kind of went about that. 1%, 5%. Well, technically 5 pet an hour, 100 pet is 5%. You should be seeing like 96% returns. So me saying 900 to 1000 pet was wrong because that's 0.5% loss. What you need to see is 4% loss on your turnover. So if you're only seeing 5 pet loss on 400 pet an hour, you're doing quite well. So what do you need to see? Well, technically, you should see, let's see, 96 for 16 pet loss an hour. So if you're only losing 5 pet, it's pretty good. Actually, it's very good if you have first aid pack expenses and armor expenses and stuff like that as well. Those are not counted into the 96% turnover. So technically you would probably see a bit lower returns than 96%, depending on your armor decay and first aid pack decay. So yeah, you're doing very well. Well, you're taking an average across all runs. You run more or less 30 to 50 pet, and then you had a couple of 200 pet profits. Yeah, you need to do that. You can't get stuck too much on one run, how good or bad that was. You really gotta look at a bigger sample. Oh, we got a considerable Blouserium here. No healing decay, and you put it in the armor decay into your costs. Well, the armor decay isn't gonna be what really shows, what really changes the numbers up a lot. Armor decay normally isn't that high, so it's not gonna distort the numbers too much. Yeah, roughly it's like 10 or 13 pet an hour. Yeah, so basically you need to make those back on top of it. So again, if you plus the armor decay, only losing 5 pet, just keep grinding and something will probably drop at some point, a couple of ESIs or something, that will push you over the top into the profit. You had 4 globals within the last hour, so you're definitely in the profit. Yeah, that sounds like it. That sounds like an amazing run. 4 globals is pretty amazing on it for an hour. If you're turning over 400 pet. Sounds amazing. Very good day. Something to celebrate. So what would be a good setup to get into the mining business? Basically, anything that has an average search depth between 500 to 600 meters. Go for mining and matters in Chinook Jungle or some other place that has gas and lubricant and cave sap, and you'll be fine. Depending on your skills, of course, if you can utilize better finders that has 1000 meters average search depth, going for Sanarium as I am here, or going for other rare ores, normally returns pretty stable profits. The F105 finder is probably the greatest finder for a new guy to get, or the Z20 finder. It's really hard to mine ores if you don't really have 1000 meters average search depth, or at least 900 plus, because you're gonna have a hard time returning the high markup stuff. Just level 5. Level 5 is fine. You'll do just do in matter mining until you get enough skills in ore mining. And matter mining right now is probably the most profitable type of mining. Obviously I have the option here to mine for Sanarium because I utilize the TerraMaster 8, so I can pretty efficiently go to a 500 meter search depth. Would and matter mining with F101 work too? I have used the A22 a couple of times, which has 400 meters average search depth, and no, I couldn't really make that work. I couldn't really make any stable markup with that. There's simply too much oil, too much force nexus, growth molecule stuff that doesn't pay. I would say obviously you need to get your skills up, but as soon as you hit that level 2, 3, whatever it is you need for the F105, go get that one. Basically mining is just like everything else in this universe. It's about generating markup. I'm trying to generate like 108 to 115% average markup on each run. So if I spend 1000 pet, I want 1150 back. That's my goal. On average markup. So when you when you're using a lower finder, it means you get more of the stuff that you're not really able to sell on auction, like growth molecules here. That doesn't generate any markup. But those 510 meters that the F105 have, or 520 meters that the F105 has, is simply amazing. The amount of gas and lubricant you get. Obviously Chinook Jungle has bad days where you just get Magirian Mist. That's also why I'm not starting at Chinook Jungle, because Chinook Jungle had a couple of bad days where I didn't get nothing but Magirian Mist and Belcar, so no point in going there. But on average, you're gonna get a decent amount of gas and lubricant, cave sap, Typhonic steam and stuff, and you're gonna be fine. So level with 101 and take the loss or use TT rookie finders. Yes, that's basically it. It's a pretty rough business to get started in, because it's not like hunting where you can go out and loot hairspray and stuff like that. Basically when it comes to using low level finders, you just get garbage. So you basically just have to suckle up those losses until you reach well, to be fair, you fairly soon actually hit a level that allow you to mine decent stuff. I think it's already at level 3 you can use the F105 reasonably. So I'm gonna go south here. We have found Sanarium down here as well, so I'll go probe that area. And if we don't get anything on that run there, I will move areas. Probably go Chinook. Problem is I don't have that many level 5 amplifiers back. I don't know how much I have left on my level 5s. No, I only have 76 pets, so that's 36 drops. You use the rookie Terraminer for the most part. But you don't know how much as you want mining to put about 1k pet into it. No, it's gonna take a while. It's only 5 cents a drop or something like that. 5 to 10 cents a drop. So it's gonna take a long time skill up with that thing, but at least you won't be losing that much. Yeah, it makes it fun so we can lease the mine for long, because the F1 of once feels expensive. It probably isn't just a feeling, it probably is expensive. You're scared to move up to a 105 and drop 1k into it. You shouldn't be. If you use it the right way, if you're patient and you stick with what works, the F105 can probably be the best investment you made. But obviously with mining and everything else, once you, if you have limited capital, so you can pretty much only do one profession if you're not able to switch in between and keep 10k in hunting and 5k in mining or something like that. It's a pretty big commitment to make, because once you move the money into mining, you have to stick with that and you have to be ready to keep at it. The 105 is a keeper. You have one in your inventory for years. Yeah, it's an amazing finder. Obviously F106 is a tad better because it's 580-ish, I believe, average search depth, but it is, and it has less decay, but it is extremely expensive. In my opinion, it's overpriced. I don't know about skill levels it takes. My guess it's also a higher skill threshold than the F105. Sorry, hiccups. Cost more per drop, or the TT plus pet cost? The F105 is TT plus pet cost. It's a pretty expensive find. My guess it's probably like 1k pet, 1000 pet or something. But it costs less per drop. It decays less. It's like 1/3 of the price of the F105. So it's really an efficient finder, but you need to really cover the investment, you need to mine an incredible amount because it is pennies. It's because it takes Dunkle particle to craft, and it takes like 5 Dunkle plastics, and that's really hard to come by. Just gonna add another level 2 amplifier here. And if you go from the rookie finder, which has 10 cents a drop, and you move into the F101, it will feel like it's a 10 times increase in costs. So where you previously were dropping at 10 cents a drop, you suddenly drop at 1 pet. So that's a massive difference. Takes a bit of a bankroll as well to do it. Bit of a change in the way you play. Suddenly you have to be a lot more strict. You can't just go mine wherever you want. You have to really consider getting that markup. This could be a song about a Hoff. How the Hoff fades away. It was so hard to get, so hard to fight. Finally found each other, and then it fades away. And how much you cry once the Hoff is gone. So we found a few Sanarium stones in this area, so hopefully we'll get something. You later said this is the only game you play that I like. Really? Yeah, I think actually Mind Arc, or not Mind Arc, the Entropia in general attracts women for some reason. It does have a depth to it that other games don't have, so... The ability to build something. That's the softer social side to it as well. Hey, the Ruffy, how's it going? It's not as bad as yesterday, but it's definitely not great. It's a very average day, I would say. We haven't found any Sandarium. We found a little Henron stems and a bit of Devil's Tail that we sent home. Other than that, markup seems to elude us a bit. That's good. You struggled with the same yesterday as well. Yeah, it's... When this game is bad, it's bad all around. Nobody escapes the wrath of Mind Arc once it's being put down upon us. And they put their dirty, sweaty little hands in our pockets. I'll probably just head back up north here. We haven't found any Sanarium. We dropped approximately 120 probes. Obviously only 60 of those would be for ore, but it should be enough. We should have found some Sanarium if it was out there. It's a good chance that still in short supply in the ground. So it's good that we have a couple of ingots in storage. That means the price will most likely go up. It's already at a decent price now. So there's nothing that's so bad that isn't good for something. I think I'm gonna kill that Phasm here. Kill a couple of those on the way up. And then we can repair the sword once we get in. Let's go for another run. Just gonna check auction once we get back in. If there's any shift in the market. Oh, it's broke. Nice and misclick, you muppet. Oh, I need to add this to the run then. Pet added from the universal ammo pool. Hey Feluso, amplies in your finder. I have for this run here I'm looking for Sanarium, so I have a level 2 amplifier on the TerraMaster 8, which is the one we so far have gotten the best results for Sanarium with. And then I use for Enmatter, I use the DSEC finder together with whatever amplifier I have, which in this case is a level 1 amplifier. We're currently gonna head out to Chinook Jungle to see if we can find some gas and lubricant Cave 7 stuff. There we will amp up a bit, so we will probably go with a level 5 amplifier. So basically I try to, obviously I only buy the cheapest amps I can get. But when it's good areas like Chinook Jungle for Enmatter, I basically go as big as possible. And I think we're buying level 5 amplifiers at 102.99%. That's a very good price, and we can definitely make that back. What I focus on is how much will I pay, and will I be able to make money off that. And level 5 amplifiers seem to be the, in theory, level 8 amplifiers might work as well. But that would be a pretty big commitment. Our bankroll isn't that big, we're shy of 6k pets. And using level 8 amplifiers, if we start using those and we go into a rough period, we can really get ourselves wrecked real fast. But level 8 amplifiers is probably gonna be an option soon in the future. My guess is if we find the right guy, we can probably pick those up around 103.5%. So that's only 0.6% higher than the level 5s. And welcome Feluso, by the way. I think that's gonna be the last. It's typical, we get a skill gain. Basically, I try to base all my decisions on whether or not we'll be able to make a profit of it. I don't need to be swinging my dig around that much and global and Hoff and stuff. It's not really what matters. What matters is that we can keep consistent profits flowing. I'll just refine some here. Guess I can go buy another level 5 amplifier. That would be the reasonable thing to do here. So we're saving a lot more now. Obviously that puts a bigger strain on our bankroll, but it's gonna pay off in the end. So oh, did you do some hunting? Nah, I just killed whatever we passed. It's from the last. It was from yesterday. As you know, we kill whatever we meet, or I don't let it affect my mining. So I would rather kill them up than go through some weird pattern. There we go. plus. $132.42.62. So yes. So I'm just gonna repair. It's not gonna be a lot because I need money I need to start selling some stuff. Actually, our ore stock is starting to put a strain on our available pets. Probably need to see here if there's anything that really is worth selling. Definitely Sandarium. Maybe the Redolite. Just quickly check here. See what we got. We're gonna wait a bit with the Sandarium. I guess we can put an order up, just fill an order with the Redolite, but I could wait for the run here. We're gonna go through Redolite area here anyways, so I put on a bid on. I knew it when I put the bid up for the residue there that it was gonna put a strain on the bankroll. Those 250 pet were quite important, but that means that we don't have to worry about residue for a long time, and it was a really good price. Just quickly pick up one. We have a bit on a level 5 amplifier left. Probably put on a level 2 amplifier. No, I shouldn't. I'll put the level 1 amplifier on, then we can still find Rugerits. So it's gonna be the set 20 find that we use here. Look at this noob. I have no idea who he is. But isn't that a Shadow? The new Shadow model? It's incredible. Just we started saving up a lot more of we started saving up from 102 to 105% ores and matters. How big a difference that made to our bankroll. Suddenly there's a lot more pets locked up in ores and matters. So we continue where we left off yesterday by finding Magirian Mist. Not what we are here for. So we want to see some red light, we want to see some red light, we want to see red light, we want to see Rugerits, we want to see Gas and Lubricant, we want to see Cave Sap, Chiphonic Steam. What we don't want to see is Belcar and Magirian Spray. So hopefully it's better than yesterday, but we'll see. We might jump real soon here if the low claim rate continues. There's a very good chance that someone else has been mining this. So if you huff on Belcar you get sad? Well, technically actually yes I will. There's a video up on YouTube. Well, I put all my streams go up to YouTube, so I think the replay value on that on YouTube is better than on Twitch. And I actually get more excited. We found a 984 pet huff, and like 3 claims later I found 2 Sandarium stones, and I actually got more excited finding those Sandarium stones than I did the huff, because the huff was on Blossarium and that has no markup, very little markup. I think we got 101.8% on them. But the Sandarium stones we get 1000%, so that's just poor profit, and I love that. Pure profit, not poor profit, pure profit. I wouldn't say I get sad. I love pets, no matter how they come into my pockets. But I know that my returns are what they are, and the huff isn't gonna make me make more money. It just adjusts my return from a lower to a higher level, but they will always go to the average of 96-97%. So basically when I hit a huff I know I'm gonna lose it later. No, it sounds a bit depressing, but it's just the way it is. Huffs on all times high, Mind Dark always take back markup you get to keep. Exactly, Leon, exactly. So it's always nice, and the trumpets and you going on to the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But as the interest grows, Joe Headhunter said, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on in this game, and the Huff feature and the globals and trumpets and stuff are definitely some smoke and mirrors. Wow, Skullmanson, or Skullman is still going. Back in the day he was extremely high skilled. I guess these days he's just high skilled. I saw Giertzen had put a photo up on Planet Calypso forum of her skills. Those were just insane. I think he or she had like 5 skills that were 25 or more K, 25,000 or higher. That's just insane. Like a full empty skill implant at 1250 pet would probably only remove like 100 of her skills. It's insane. The amount of time she must have spent hunting is just sick. So we're gonna jump. I'm gonna drop 3 more probes here and we're gonna leave. And the last one here. We are not hitting anything. There's a good chance that the guy we met had been mining it. And there's a very good post, a lot of good posts actually on Planet Calypso forum, where people were testing returns in an area that had been mined by another avatar prior to there, like 5 minutes before. And like if I mine a clean area, I get 27 point something average hit rate, which is normal. But if I mine an area that someone else has just mined, like 5-10 minutes before me, my hit rate drops to 6.8%. So that is insanely low. And if I mine an area that 2 avatars has mined before me, it drops all the way down to 5%. So it can really, really wreck your returns to mine an area that someone else has been in. It seems like Chinook Jungle here has been completely emptied out. That's a good sign getting Durulium. It's something else than Belcar. Belcar is really the generic mineral here. It's the one you get when there's nothing else left. So getting Durulium shows that there are at least some left. Yeah, no mobs, so easy for anyone to mine, exactly, and it is one of the best mining areas. I myself has been promoting it a lot, which probably is a mistake. If I was to look at it from my own point of view, obviously there's gonna be someone from the stream who goes out here to mine it, which of course limits my own options. But that's the way it is. We'll just find someplace else. Probably just gonna continue north up here and then this way around here. This way around. Yeah, let's just do that. One second, I need my phone here. And I'm back. But most people doesn't mind as deep as I do. No, I would think the same, but a lot of people are actually using enhancers, so there's a good chance that I can't really rely on it these days. Before enhancers, there wasn't that many who was level 60 plus miners, so it was a lot easier being high skilled back then. But these days you can really take a Terramaster 6 and reach 1000 meters search depth quite easy by slamming on a couple of enhancers. But still, to some extent you're right, Ruffy. And it is also sometimes if I see the guy and hang on, I was just checking that I unmuted my mic there. Sometimes when I see a guy and if I haven't seen him before or he seemed to be a bit new to the game, I might continue a bit longer than I normally would. But if I see a guy I know, who I know is mining the same depth than I am, then I'm definitely out of there. It's a bit of a balance because you wanna really, you don't want to be leaving a good area too soon and miss out on value, but then again you don't want to be mining an area that can just wreck your returns by being mined already. So if any of you out there are new people to the stream, we have an ongoing challenge here. We've been going for 6 weeks. We started out at 3600 pet. We are currently at 5600 pets. It might be a bit lower as we had a bad run yesterday and this run doesn't seem to really yield any good returns so far as well. But that's the way it will be. It will fluctuate a bit, but in general I think we will be presenting some decent profits. If you haven't followed already, consider doing so. It is something I try to stream as much as possible. I try to change the way we look at this game. I wanna, like, obviously I complain once in a while as well, but I think the whole complaining game has overtaken this universe and has been very sour for a long time. And I want to show that you can really take the fate into your own hands and you can change it if you want to. Obviously it's gonna take a bit of a slower playstyle, which isn't really appealing to everyone, but if you're able to do it, you can do okay in this game. Oh, there we go. We got a little cave sap here. So that was what we were after. So I'll probably try and do a bit more organized mining here. Take a slice off, do the northern part. Maybe it hasn't been mined as heavily as the southern. The southern part here is normally where I meet avatars. Oh, and there's another guy, so we're going north. Mining fun matters. Everybody can mine at 500, well not everybody, but most people can mine at 500 meters. Most people mine in the smack down the middle when it comes to it matters. So we'll definitely share that with most people. So we're gonna go up north here and go left down around. So we start finding a bit of gas and grease. It's really a shame that, well, obviously it's the name of the game, but it's a shame that other people are mining this area because it's such a great mining area. We found a bit of Magirian spray there. Obviously our composition of loot is a lot worse than we've seen in the past. In the past we would normally get 2/3 of Markup paying materials. It seems to have the pyramid there, the payout pyramid seems to have switched, so it's like 1/3 of Markup materials and 2/3 of base value garbage. This is a really good playlist here. It's at least perfect for the mood I'm in right now. Man, I've been messing about with those playlists for days, trying to find some kind of player that could really put up playlists that didn't hit me with copyright claims constantly when I was done streaming, and also had the type of music that I could endure listening to. I'm probably just gonna jump because this area is pretty heavily taxed, so I don't want to really be hitting some big stuff in there. And with a little fire amplifier we can definitely hit something big, and paying 5% tax on that would just wreck us. And nobody want to get wrecked. This is gonna be the last drop here, the next one. The amount of Belcar here is just yuck. Probably have to go Solace Island. Oh, we got a bit of Phonic Steam here, that's a good sign. And we're back to Magirian Mist. There was no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, unfortunately. It's all Belcar and Magirian Mist. It's really, we gotta get out of here. There's gonna be a lot of mobs next place we're going, so I need to sell the Magirian Mist and Belkar to free up the pets for the sword, so we can kill them all. Kill them all! That's probably gonna be another. Yes. I can pick it up when normally I don't pick up Dong, but we are heading in to storage, so we can just drop it straight off. Plus 112.08. Oh, I actually forgot to drop off that, or to sell the Magirian Mist. But we have what we need right now. We don't need the, need to use the big teleporter. We don't have the need for any more pets right now, so do that later. Yeah, it's hard being broke. Need to use the DSEC L30 finder for this area. One drop left on this one. It always comes with this cache lag here, just when I enter the island. It's really annoying. Don't know what's going on with the lighting here, but for some reason it really messes up the whole buffer thing. Put on the Maqueta. Lots of mobs here. Hey, the interest grows. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guess I've just been streaming on times where you weren't able to watch. 55 laser pistol here. I'm such a hunting noob. Thank you. Doesn't change much though. I don't really hunt unless I'm being attacked while mining. It's very rare. I'm glad to see the title of the stream. It's encouraging. Yeah, that might just become some kind of format there that I'll put up the bankroll, how we're doing in the stream. I think a lot of people are here to at least follow the dream that it is possible. So let's try and promote that. The problem is it is gonna go down at one point. Gonna be catching a lot of flack then. That's how this game is. It goes up and it goes down. Hopefully just in the long run, it will go up. So we don't mind finding RS Head anymore. RS Head used to be straight into the trade terminal, but price has gone up on it. So I guess we're able to sell at 107, 109%. Calypso wants you back. Came back from Acadia a few days ago and slowly making pets. That's what we like to hear. Is CTD, is it crash to desktop, or does it mean something else? Might not noticed, and you got a CTD. I haven't had a crash to desktop for ages actually. Oh, yeah, I wanted you back. PC crash, wow. This game used to be brutal when it came to CTDs. There was this bug, I fell for it constantly. Once you TP'd, so let's say I took the TP from the northern island here to the southern island. If I then opened my inventory while I was teleporting, the game would crash to desktop. Fortunately, they fixed that, but I used to crash all the time because I just was preparing something or wanted to see something and then got completely wrecked. Sounds like an STD, but infection for your pet card. Yeah, like degenerate balance. Some more arrows head here. This will make you lol. You have to mine 2,500 stones of Isti for daily missions. Have drilled 2,800. Oh, it's 5k stone. What's Isti? What stone is that? Is it Ignesium? That's a lot of Ignesium. I can't be Ignesium. Oh, list. It's probably Listerian you mean. Oh my god, yeah. Once I get those kind of missions, I just leave them in the background. I hate mining non-markup stuff. List, yeah. I just leave it in the background, and occasionally I find it due to being mixed with better ores. So when I finish it, I finish it. I never go chasing those kind of bad ores. The token is nowhere near enough markup to really pay for the losses, I feel at least. You can't find it now that you need it. Just grab a trade terminal finder and go out there and drop, and you'll find plenty of it on F101. Just go as low depth as possible, and you'll find all the Listerian you need. I think the edges, let's see here, I think this area up here has plenty of it, but your hit rate is gonna be really bad. Like mining Listerium is just really bad. Basically any place that doesn't have any activity is Listerium fields. And the reason for them not having any activity is because it's Listerium. Hey, lava eating fish, level 13 amplifier Atlantis Apelagio, and you're done in no time. Yeah. New places often have Listerium as well, which is kind of brutal for the new guys. So that's like 25 pet worth of Listerium that you need for the mission. Pet card will be done in no time as well. Yeah, you finish it all. Pet card will finish. The mission will finish. But at least you'll have the Listerium. No, I don't want it to be too sinister there, but I think some of the daily missions are, well, the daily missions are really good, but they can definitely promote a wrong kind of playstyle. On a plus note, you find markup together with the list. Yeah, that's how I go about it as well. I do what I do, focus on the markup, and then the various ores or in matters follow with it that you need for the missions. I believe my daily mission right now is Calderite, yeah, and that's something I rarely mine, so it's gonna take a while for me to finish. Ignitium Gasolite, yeah, those two are decent. If you don't amp too hard, you will do fine on those. Oh, should I use the finisher there? You're on your own mission. Yeah, I kind of put up my own mission there to grind out the profit. Obviously, if suddenly price goes up on daily tokens and I'm actually able to get some stuff with high markup, suddenly the price on those tokens go up and might actually be worth finishing the daily missions. But so far, I don't think really is. Straken is, he's a very different miner than I am. He mines everything everywhere. I could imagine he's getting quite a lot of those tokens. Oh, a mini there. 27.5 pet. Not too bad off an Atrax. What was it? Dominant. Fortunately, there was no markup involved in the making of that mini. I probably should just use the sword here. Yeah, it was a nice one. I'll just drop one here at the end. Oh, we got a little... Is that a summon? It's a summon. So we're slowly getting up there. Like sometimes it's only 30 seconds, unlike Tifa Revive is 60 seconds. Yeah, I never really figured out why teleport to Revival Terminal has to be 60 seconds. I think it's a very long time just standing around. Like if it's because they want to avoid exploits, like people getting away from PvP or big mobs, I still think 60 seconds is excessive. 30 seconds should do it. I think most people use the T command just to get back in after a run or running out of ammo or probes or whatnot. I don't think a lot of people have ever considered using it for malicious intent. You use it when mining in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, same here. That's basically when I press T, and if I know that I'm gonna be landing at a place that are at least fairly close to a teleporter, so I can get out of there. Diluted mineral extractor. We like to see those. Markup on them is very nice. Fortunately, you only get 4 cents on it each time you loot them. Sometimes less. And people are hunting Pfeffoids like crazy, really. Might be something going on with them then. To be fair, Pfeffoids has always been a pretty popular mob. Don't know why though. I guess it's from back in the day when they looted the Korsh 400, which sold at first 220% and then went down to 160%, but they were looting quite often, so even decent sized mini would have a Korsh. So you could actually make money hunting Pfeffoids, and I guess it's just continued being a popular mob after that. Was your favorite mob on Entropia Tracker for years? Yeah, now it's Leviathans. I like Leviathans once they introduced those. I actually hunted them for a while, but they didn't really seem to loot anything nice, so kind of moved away from them. What do they loot? Do they loot anything nice? Leviathans. Friend looted unlimited Angel Shins mail back in the days from Phaefoid. Yeah, lots of Polaris armor and unlimited LC-120. Wow. LC-100 Frontier Carbine unlimited from Leviathans. Okay, that's a pretty decent loot actually if you could get that. Oh, and we get 30 pet off that Actrox. Not bad. Some Jaguar parts and Ermix 6, I believe, for Leviathans. That's pretty good. If that's actually something you can actually expect within a reasonable time period, then you can do well on them. Very well. %. Yeah, I'll see. That's a pretty amazing loot. To loot that would be like not once in a lifetime, but something to remember. My reason for looting, for hunting them was that back when they got introduced, they were really high HP, and there wasn't that many mobs that had that high HP and low damage as the Leviathan had, so people were just globaling and huffing on them left and right. It was just a gold rush, basically. All-time highs were dropping fairly regularly. You don't think there's been a huff on them the last couple of weeks? Nah, I guess they got swamped by... These days there's a lot of mobs, especially on Arcadia, that has high HP, low damage. So I guess they got drowned in the competition. People have other options to hunt for the lucky shot. So it's a really weak run so far. No Alyssum SGL, no Solace Beans, no Henren Stems. Feels bad, man. I guess the universe is still in a slump here. Not really willing to pay out. Bit more Iris powder. When was the last time you mined this area, please? I'm curious. It was yesterday. We mined this yesterday evening, around 7 o'clock, I believe. But I guess someone else has been here. That might be an option as well. We haven't seen any besides a low hit rate. But in this period of time, this kind of hit rate isn't out of the ordinary. So I can't really conclude that someone else has been here. I need to see a claim or someone else really to confirm it. This kind of hit rate can just be the norm right now. Hey, the Tails Gaming, welcome man. Welcome back, I should say. Hope you're well. No problem, anytime the interest, just... Oh, this buggy freaking mob. Hit it! This is so annoying. Like, they really need to take out a full quarter, 3 months of developer time and just get all these kind of bugs even out. Not being able to, there we go, to hit it. Like in any other game, it would just be a waste of time and an annoyance, but here it actually costs real money. The hit rate on the Calypso is a bit crap at the moment. As you say, the Tails Gaming 10k hit not so long ago. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't think we can overanalyze it here. I just think in general it's bad. Wow, someone hit a bit really big colorite. Probably Foma with a big amp. Man, Jenny Frau is really doing her best to recycle that all-time high. My guess is that's a level 13. Hey Kujiyama, welcome back. That's a level 13 amplifier. You think it was level 5 on Monria? The 33k Lava Eating Fish, this one, was level 5 on Monria. Oh my god, Mindark, get this fixed. Please, 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 please stop being such douchebags. Just fix it. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Lava Eating Fish. That makes sense size-wise and who the player is and stuff like that. It's good knowing. We can hit that as well. We're using level 5s. Wouldn't mind taking one of those. We could go straight up by a cheap land area and have a party. Mining so bad I'm actually considering picking up Dong. That's just how bad it is. Take everything I can get. But we have to keep doing what we're doing. Obviously we could take off the amplifier, limit our variance, but I think we have the bankroll to resist. And this is a really good mining area. We hit some solid beans. So we want to hit the good stuff with the amplifier on. It's good having some people in the chat who can give us intel on how various huffs are hit. I think that's obviously it's not stuff you can really use to base your decisions on, but I like knowing it. So thank you very much, Lava. But Ganganite is mainly found on Foma. Obviously you can find it in PvP 4 here. I mined it a bit back in the day. But I think mainly the main quantities are being found on Foma. It's where it's the most commonly found. That's a fast Exosaur. Listeners chill, so they might have switched around the matters here. How big was it? Medium. Good size. In the higher end of the range. We normally find from average to ample. Obviously ample being the biggest, average the smallest. Might actually modest is the smallest. I think modest is actually the smallest, yes. Man, that song in the background there, that vocal, the woman going, it's from the Hans Zimmer song, I believe, from Black Hawk Down. and it actually means a lot to me. Yeah, it comes. I was in the military for a long time. I was in Baghdad in 2006, and every time we've been out in the red zone on a patrol or something, we played that song when we got back in. It was always a massive relief. Back then it was a fucking civil war out there. There was like 37 attacks a day on us. It was fucking brutal. And we played that song every time we got back in. I'm actually sitting here getting emotional just by having that vocal in the background. Every time we ran back into the green zone, that one played. Man, I can't listen to this, sorry. So we're starting to find some listeners still here, which is really nice. We want to see a bit more Solus Beans. We normally come back with 30 petish, so we want to see that.
I know a love that keeps me calm in the storm. It keeps the blood inside of me warm.
I'd probably have a bit more in tools right now than just that, the interest. Because I bought up a couple of DCL finders. I thought they would be going up in price soon. So I picked up a couple back when they were 158%. So I picked up 2 DCL finders, and I picked up a couple of Rocktech Cooper finders at 134%. Of course I thought it would be hard to pick up at that price later on, in case the blueprints stop dropping and stuff. And there might be some ores that we can mine with it. Otherwise, in the near future, we're gonna be able to use it for Enmatters, which is really good. Finder for Enmatters, probably the future meta of Enmatters. So yeah, we picked it up 158%, so we saved a lot by buying up a couple extras there.
I know love looks me right in the eyes, helps me see beyond boundaries and lines, unveils a better side of me. Sometimes it's all I need. I remember backpacking by the water, late days, I see the bottom, free falling to words from the night is over, fire dead. Shadow words and no mistakes. I hope you heard.
Friend like the other Rocktopia finders. I love the Rocktober finders. I think they're great. The only problem is when it comes to like the Lost Soul finder and stuff that doesn't take that kind of high skill level, markup on them is just ridiculous. Like the Lost Soul finder have 500% markup, and there is no way you will ever make money with that finder paying that. The M1F or something it's called. Yeah, I haven't checked them all out, but there seem to be a couple in the sweet spot with decent depth and comes preamped. You really want to do the calculations on how much markup you pay compared to just buying a cheaper finder and the equivalent amplifier. The thing about the Rocktopia Rocktech Cougar finder is that it's cheaper than amplifiers. So let's say it's the equivalent of buying level 5 amplifiers at 100% 0.08, which is really cheap. It's like 1/3 of the price of normal amplifiers, less actually. So once we reach the level where we can use that for in Matter, because the depth isn't really enough to really use it on ores. But once we're able to use it for in Matters, like we're gonna be printing money. Thanks for the tip, you're welcome. Anytime. That's why we're here. To share our knowledge. Become better at the game. Better at making pets, better at conserving pets. Better at making decisions. And that will keep people in game, hopefully. If people feel like they actually have a shot at it, if people are aware, hey, I'm doing something here and I will lose money, people are more prone to accepting it. I think if people believe that they're doing everything they can to make the right decisions, but they base all of their decisions on faulty information, then people feel discouraged. And I think a lot of people will leave the game disillusioned and feel like the game is rigged, rather than if they have the right information and base their decisions off that and know when they deviate from that right information to make bad decisions. People are more acceptable to losses, willing to take the game as it is. I think the problem is also to some extent streams. Actually, a lot of the streams up until now, at least, that's also why I structure the stream the way I do. I think a lot of the streamers are really promoting a wrong kind of playstyle. Well, not wrong, because people do what they do, but people want to get entertained, people want to see high loot. If you go through YouTube, you see basically all the videos that get a lot of likes and views are the videos that have high loot in them. High loot or rare loot or something that is very rare in general. Something that only happens to a select few people, and it only happens very rarely. I'm just gonna summon that. I don't want to get involved with a lot of puppies. So basically I think that I don't think that really helps new people, to be honest. I think it creates a wrong picture of what this game is really like. Because this game is not you're not gonna get big loot all the time. You're not gonna get rare loot. Basically, what you see, what we're doing here, is gonna be the majority of your game time. It's the grind. And and there's a lot of people who like that. But you want to be able to feel like you can actually succeed. But if you're basing your decisions on the idea that you should just cycle more pets and profit will come, then you'll feel like the game is rigged because you'll never reach that level. You just feel like you just need to go a little further. That's like chasing a rainbow, hoping there's a pot of gold at the end of it. It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna succeed. I saw a video yesterday on someone who did 100 clicks on explosive recycle blueprint, or the recycling blueprint level 4, and they spent 24,000 pets on 100 clicks. It's 240 pet on each click, and they spent 24,000 and lost 7k. They lost 7,000 pets in 11 minutes. So that's what cycling pets on the highest level of crafting does on explosive blueprints. Or recycling blueprints, which is virtually the same. Insane, yeah. That was some crazy stuff. It was Captain Jack who did it, together with some mates. It was quite an entertaining video, to be fair. It was cool seeing the inside of that side of the game. But man, brutal. Obviously it was a gamble, and they treated it as a gamble. But just imagine losing $700, 7,000 pets. That's our entire bankroll plus the hunting gear in 11 minutes. Wow. Yeah, that kind of gambling's not for you, Ruffy? No. I think it's this game can be a slot machine if you make it into one, and obviously slots appeal to a lot of people, and yeah, it's the dream. It's the idea of a quick buck. You'd rather amp up your mining and do it that way? Yeah, I probably would as well. Problem with doing that is you'll pay a lot of markup. I guess they did pay a lot of markup on the blueprint. It was a limited blueprint. and people will pay insane amounts to gamble. Like the Lost Soul Finder kind of just shows that. If people are actually paying 500% for that amplifier for being able to drop those few more pets, the only reason for me to really buy a Lost Soul Finder would be to put a level 13 amplifier on there and then have those free pets higher drop price than you would normally have for level 13 with a normal finder. But that would just be the amount of markup you pay for it together with the level 13 amplifier. You will get wrecked so fast. Like the level 5 amplifier we are using here together with the DSEG L30 finder, we can easily hit an all-time, not easily, I never hit an all-time high, but you can hit an all-time high with this. Plenty of people have done it. The actual chance you have to hit an all-time high using something like that compared to this is marginal. The higher chance, the increase in chance for hitting it is marginal. Like we're still in the fractions of a percentage chance. You have 99 clicks on a recycling blueprint with 1 looted. Wonder how much it's worth now. It's probably worth a decent chunk of money. People are willing to pay to gamble. I would definitely check that out to see if it's worth something. Wow, the aggro range on the Tantillion is ridiculous, isn't it? That thing was so far away. There are at least 1 pet a click depending on the blueprint. Some are several pets a click. Yeah. Like that level 4 recycling blueprint they were clicking was 240 pet on each click. That's an insane amount of money on 1 click. To loot basically 101% stuff. And level 1, is that like 1 pet a click then? Good thing we have Lava Eating Fish in chat to give us all the business, give us the data. Visionary Angel, thanks a lot for the follow, I appreciate it. And thank you for lurking out there. XXX, Uber Noob, thank you. Ragnaris, thank you very much for the follow, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. Makes the experience a lot more joyful. Well, not only for me, I hope, also for you. I'm always looking at it. I know, Gixa. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here, participating in chat as well. Chat is an important thing for a streamer to keep interaction with. And if someone in chat has a question, there's a very good chance that there's a couple of people lurking who was sitting thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, that's a nice question to have answered or to discuss and get some different angles on. Need to pop to shops for coffee. Good luck, YCFK. Thank you, the interest grows. See you, man. See you, woman. XX Uber Noob. I like that name. You're worthy of your name. That's good. We don't want any pretenders here. We only want the real deal. Go around impersonating a noob when you're not. Completely erodes the trust of the word. Oh shit. I gotta end the stream here. I thought I had an appointment at 5:30, but it's actually 4:30, so I am actually in a bit of a hurry. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I will send you guys over to Delete. Let me just find him here. And I hope you have good luck on your game. I hope to see you everyone again. I will probably be online tomorrow morning, but otherwise next week I'm gonna be streaming a lot. I got plenty of time next week. So I'm gonna send you over to Delete here, and I hope you'll be as kind to him as you've been to me. And I wish you all the best of luck in game, and take care of yourself, and take care of your pet card. Later guys.